Hey everybody, my name's Shelly and I'm with Art Matters. Today we're going to be looking at the lesson plan that is called or about Daydreaming Clouds. So if you have that, you can follow along, or if someone who's helping facilitate this can pull that up, that'd be great, or pass out a couple copies, or you can just follow along here on the video. So before I get started, it's important for Art Matters to acknowledge the land and the people who were here before us. So Art Matters is a collective of teaching artists based on Tiwa land, otherwise known as Albuquerque, New Mexico. New Mexico has been and always will be the ancestral homelands of the Navajo Nation, the 20 Pueblos, 3 Apache nations, and the Ute tribe. So thanks for taking that moment with me. Also, just to take a moment, currently it's June 2024 and there are fires burning in Ruidoso. So my heart goes out to the people there, to the animals, and to the land there. And wherever you are and whatever time it is that you're sharing in this creative experience, we just take a moment to kind of broaden our awareness to people and the land and animals and just hold some space. So moving on, let's just take a moment to center ourselves with that note and put your feet flat on the ground. Maybe roll your shoulders back, lengthen your neck, calm your face. If you want to close your eyes, you can, and just take a few long, deep breaths coming into this present moment and into this creative space. Now that we've honored the ancestors and the land and what's happening around us, and just I feel grateful for being here and for this space and the time we're going to share together. So with that said, like I said, we work through the museum, and the museum earlier this year had a show called Coast to Coast to Coast, which was honoring and sharing the work of contemporary Indigenous artists from Canada. So the 3 coasts of Canada, artwork from all the way across the huge landmass that is Canada. And so the person that we're going to be looking at today is Lawrence Paul Yuweluptun. And there's a specific work that we're going to be looking at. It's called New Climate Landscape, which I'll show it to you in a little bit. But in the piece, there's clouds and images appear in the clouds. So it inspired me to create this experience for us. So before we get started with our actual making, I'm going to just switch over now. I'll say goodbye from this video, and I'm going to switch over to us looking at my table so you can see the materials that we need and how we're going to get started. So we'll have some plain white paper, a pencil. This will be for our warm-up. And then if you have another piece of white paper, that'd be great. If you have colored paper to do the kind of the more final project on, that would be cool. It's kind of fun to play with drawing on paper or colored paper. But if you don't, we'll just use the white paper. And then we have oil pastels. You might have a box of oil pastels. This is where I keep mine, in this little cute tin. If you don't have oil pastels, maybe find crayons or color pencils or chalk pastels. It doesn't have to be oil pastels, but this is what I'm going to be using. And so we're going to get started here. Again, just coming back to that space where we're gonna create some space in our mind, our heart, and our body. And imagine that you are looking up at the sky. You can close your eyes if you want. Maybe you want to lay down on the floor or sit in a comfortable chair. But you're looking up at the sky and there's some beautiful clouds gently hanging in the distance. And start to think about what dreams and visions you're holding for yourself right now, or for other people, or for other creatures, or for other places. Think about what these clouds look like. Do images appear within them? Are there animals, faces, scenes? Maybe there's words. And just take some time to be in that space. Currently, right now, there's wind blowing outside my window and there's clouds passing by. If you have an opportunity to look out the window or go outside, you can do that during this kind of warm up. Also, you can pause this video at any time. So if you want to pause and with the people you're with, if the facilitator wants to carry on holding the space and take some more time just for the dreaming, you can do that. And then just come back when you're ready. So now we're going to just start drawing our doodles, our clouds. So what did you see in your cloud sky? Were there animals? And you can write here what you saw. You can write what your dreams are, what your vision is, or you can just start to doodle. I'm getting bunny clouds. And think about how the clouds might layer. And maybe you want to mix writing with images. I dream of love. I dream of rain. I dream ... And so again, you can spend some time here just following, letting your pencil go across the page, creating clouds. Or again, you can have a very clear image of what is in your clouds. What's your vision? And just check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Do you need water? Do you want to pause the video and maybe keep drawing with your pencil? Now we're going to move to, I'm going to show you the artwork that the artist had made, Yuweluptun. I'm going to hopefully share my screen and we'll take a look at this work. There we go. Let's see if I can share my screen. Thank you for your patience. Ooh. Hopefully you are seeing this painting. You can see in the sky these clouds, and these images are specific, particular to this person's culture, the Pacific in the up in the north, very far north. You can see maybe some birds, the teeth over here. So there's different animals and symbols that are signifiers, even in the trees and in the mountains. So the whole entire landscape is kind of filled with imagery inside of the imagery. So I just wanted to show you that before we go back to moving on to the next part of the art making, which here's my sketch. So I'm going to Then I started this one. So I had blue paper and purple paper, and then I got my pastels. So I have a white, kind of this like earth color, burnt umber kind of color, blue, pink. So, you can grab some colors that you think will help to make your clouds. And again, draw if there's shapes that you like. Maybe you drew a bunch of different kinds of clouds in your warm up. Maybe choose the ones that you're going to bring into this oil pastel or colored version of your composition. And the one thing that's really cool that you might know about using the oil pastels is you can layer them and kind of blend them. Kind of make this dreamy skyscape. And just like drawing the sky makes me feel peaceful. Hopefully that you're feeling that too. And so just try layering a couple of the colors together and blending them together. Maybe try different ways of using the oil pastel. Like here, I'm spiraling. There, I'm going back and forth like a diagonal, and you can see the different textures that it makes. And then layering in some purple. Blue. And if you do have the colored paper, that's the nice thing about it is that you can use the background to kind of build the colors and then leave some of it showing. Same thing if you're working on white, what happens when you leave some of the white showing within the cloud? And I'm going to just soften this. If you haven't put music on, maybe you put some music on, or if you're listening to your earbuds, maybe you're listening to, well, you probably won't hear me, but maybe one earbud in, one earbud out. You you can put on some chill music to kind of just really bring in that vibe. Landis is a person who we work with at Art Matters. Landis always remembers her speaker. Put on some nice music. Thought he does too. Oops. Oh, and that's one thing about me is that I push hard and so the crayons break. But that was one thing I was going to mention too is about peeling the paper back. I like to use more of the like even like the side. You can see what happens when you use the side versus just drawing straight down with the point. And you just continue working in your sky. Oh yeah, let's see how this one is coming. So, and then you can think about layering, how some clouds go over the top of other clouds or other clouds are farther away. So as you might know, when things are farther away, they're smaller. And so maybe now's a good time. I'm going to put a horizon line in mine. You can put some trees like we saw in Yuweluptun's work. They had he had trees right up in the front. I'm just going to do like have a Sandia mountain or mountain down below. So the sky's really taking up the largest part of the composition. But once I have established that, then maybe I'll think about putting some smaller clouds down here, more little bunnies that are just looser and lighter, not quite as big and formed. But maybe you're drawing faces in yours. Maybe you're writing words. I think in this one, no, that was in my sketch. You could write, oh, I did. Oh, and then here's another thing is with your pencil, see if you can see this better. But using a pencil within the oil pastels, if that's what you're working with, can be really nice. Kind of add some more texture, some more line work into. And even that's what made me think of it is I liked how I wrote, I dream of rain. I dream of love. So I know our sample piece that we looked at didn't have any writing in it, but this is your art. So of course you make it how you want. And I think I will put some raindrops for Ruidoso and the ancestral lands and the people and the animals. Get some monsoons. And then you can just continue to work. You can pause this video and just keep working and join back when you're ready, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you all need to continue making your piece, and then pop back on and I'll have a few more things to share. Hi. So if you've taken a break or if you've paused the video and come back, I bet you've made some pretty beautiful art. I would love to see it. So if you ever want to share with Art Matters, we would love to see your work. You can take pictures of it and email us at artmattersam@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you and see your work. But as you come back or as you continue to work or reflect upon it, thinking about what helps you to relax and connect to the inner self that has the dreams and the visions. How do you do that? And how can you come back and continue to connect to that very important part of yourself? Another thing to consider is this in this workshop is how can we make our art authentic, even being inspired by other people's work, like Yuweluptun. We don't have to copy other people's work. I mean, sometimes we do to learn things, but how can we try to be authentic in our own creativity? And then I'm curious if you would like to share with each other. Again, you can pause and before you close up and before you put your materials away, look at what you've made, reflect on it, look at what symbols you've used and what words you've used, and then share it with the people around you and give everybody a space to share. Sometimes what we do is we put our work out and then we all just walk around and look at the work and maybe ask questions one-on-one, or you can, hold your work up and share with everybody what you made. So on that note, I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope you had some fun making some art and that you continue to take care of yourself, take care of others, and keep channeling your creativity. Until next time.